Hey guys, so we're going to continue on with our talk about psychic vampires. So, as we talked about before, we talked about what is a psychic vampire, what types there are, and this one's going to be a how to prevent the psychic vampire. It's mostly to do with yourself and not the actual vampire itself. A couple things you can help yourself is also something we're going to talk about in this video, and working on yourself. And I've got a few extra ones that I'm going to add. This is just the stuff that I had, and then I had brainstorms as I went, so we're just going to continue on with that. We are also I'm going to have a couple spells. I'm going to have a couple witches bottles that you can do to help, a couple candle spells, that sort of thing. So those will be in previous videos. I just wanted to get the information down. If you're liking this series, let me know. I might do it on something else. I was looking into just spirit animals and things like that. Spirit animals, what they are, what each represents, and how to, know what your spiritual animal is and things like that. So tell me if you like this series and I'll do that series, and I've got a couple other, like a crystal series that I'm thinking of starting and things like that. But first we'll go on to the rest of our psychic vampire. So how to prevent. So don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's about energy and what they consume. And they need to consume it. Like we've learned, they need to consume it. Until psychic vampires learn how to meet their own needs, they are on a relentless hunt for whoever will meet theirs. They quickly move on from people who don't engage in the dynamic, but are happily drawn to those who do until they're dry, or until they themselves become conscious and transform. Understand where they are coming from. Psychic vampire psychic vampire is perhaps a loaded term. So think of them as scared kids in adult bodies who are trying to make their way through the world. It's not your job to meet their demands, but you can be compassionate about why they might have them. Look inside yourself. This is a huge one. So think about what you're giving to them. Brings in the other one, which is remember the power of your attention. If you're not giving them your attention, they will easily get bored of you or try to push your buttons so that you do respond. Make sure you are not being a psychic vampire as well. So also make sure that you're not trying to suck off of them. I know that sounds really not good, but that's the way it is. They also often hook our attention with drama. So I wanted to give a bit of a visual, and this is something that somebody gave to me a while ago. Think of Velcro. I go see, for different things, different people, and this person told me that think of it as Velcro. You know how you have the little loopy part, then you have the little hooky part that's trying to loop in? If you've got those loops, they're going to hook on. So pull your loops in tighter so that they can't hook on. Anyway, a couple of ways that you can help yourself. Evaluate your relationships. Tune into your own feelings. Heavy eyelids and an increased need for sleep, decreasing levels of self-confidence or self-esteem. I already had low of these, but I'm thinking that maybe, some psychic vampires in the past may have drained that from me already, and it's just stayed. Questioning your choices, feelings, and behaviors. Low mood, desire to binge eat carbs and other comfort foods. feelings of anxiety, depression, and negativity. You feel put down frequently, like nothing works. Set firm boundaries. Step back if you feel controlled. Stay away from psychic vampires. Practice deep breathing and keep up with your self-care. And that is really important. And that's really something I'm working on because I always used to think people first. Like, it's selfish to look after yourself. But I'm learning that that's not the case. To look after myself is to look after other people. If I deteriorate myself and I can't help other people because I'm deteriorating and not noticing that I'm being deteriorated, it's not good. Working on yourself. So this kind of goes with the other one, which is why I wanted to do these in the same video, but the other one was too short, so I just wanted to continue on from there. Working on yourself. See a therapist. I mean, everybody has something that they need to work on, and if you don't think you have the tools to work on them yourself, which I didn't, I'm not saying I'm a 100% perfect person. I definitely didn't. I still see someone to this day, so I'm not saying you need to go see a therapist if you're having these issues. I see somebody to work on my issues, so I'm not saying I'm better than you. Ha 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 ha. Everybody needs to. Get to know yourself, and I'm still trying to do that. I'm still trying to look within myself, because sometimes somebody will ask me, how I feel about something, and I tell you I don't know, but that's not the case. I do know, I just don't know how to decipher it in myself. Engage in energy-building activities. You can do regular exercise, team sports, yoga, Pilates, self-defense courses, swimming, kayaking, and any really outdoor sports kind of thing that looks to you. You can also, as a witch or a Wicca, you can do harmless spells that will strengthen you. You can do protection, you can strengthen your aura around you, and like I've been saying, I've had these people like siphoning energy off of me, and you know those people who do it, and then you know those people who don't. So I just strengthened my aura, thought about different things like that, and we'll go into that in videos to come. But I felt this like slow little, it's so weird to say, but it was almost this slow little leak of my energy, and that's what got me to do these videos for you. And I don't want anybody to feel that way if I can help it. And I felt, and I didn't know exactly where it was coming from. Like, I had some psychic vampires, and I knew where they were coming from. I knew where the drain was coming from, and I cut them off and things like that. But this one was like a slow little leak in like a balloon, a slow little leak in a water balloon where there was like a little stream coming out of my aura, and I felt the drain. And I couldn't pinpoint where it was coming from, so I just, I tried to, solidify myself as much as possible, and I'm going to share those techniques with you. But that's all I have for you today in this video. Blessed be, and keep crafting, witches.